Hi, I'm Barb Dopp, agent with a smile at Keller Williams Realty Boise, and today we're going to be doing an interview with Doug Atwood. He is the builder and the co-owner of Legacy Homes, and today we're showing you his parade home that he won several awards for. The Parade of Homes lasts through next weekend, or this coming weekend. The spring parade usually is 3 weekends. It's $15 per person to view the home. And when you come to this home, you can enter to win one of those large Yeti coolers. This year at the Parade of Homes, we're raffling off this awesome Yeti cooler. If you're not able to get out to the parade, you can just register on the link below and have a chance to win this Yeti cooler as well. It is a phenomenal one. You're gonna enjoy it for your summer outdoor times. Good morning, I am Barb Dopp, agent with a smile at Keller Williams Realty Boise. This is my friend and a phenomenal builder here in the Treasure Valley. His name is Doug Atwood, co-owner of Legacy Homes. And we're here this afternoon at a parade home in Eagle, Idaho. We want to introduce you to the builder and show you a little bit about this home.
How are you guys? Happy to be here. Well, I'm excited to give the tour to Barb and her team. So follow us in for a great tour.
So the first place that we want to start here is at the front door. And I want to tell you a little bit about what I know about Doug Atwood and Legacy Homes. I've been working with Doug now for almost 20 years, I would say. And from the very beginning, Doug is an artist. He is a creator and is able to take a person's vision and dream that you have in your mind, put that on paper and design something that is uniquely what you've been seeing in your mind, but don't know how to create it. So Doug, when you first meet with a potential homeowner, tell us about that process and what you do.
Well, I think my favorite part is working with the homeowners themselves. There's a lot of people that can build a house. What we really try to do is build dreams. We try to say to the client right from the beginning is, what do you want? Most people out there, most clients, they know what they want, and they've looked and they can't find exactly what their product is. And so the opportunity to create that from building new, that is kind of what I enjoy more than anything. And I always start with a blank piece of paper. When I'm sitting down with a client at my desk, they're across from me, and I'm across the desk, and on the desk is a blank piece of paper. And my question always is the same. What do you guys want? Now, sometimes people need help through that design process. Yeah. So I always say, okay, imagine you're standing right here on the front porch before you go in the front door. What do you envision when you walk into a house? What do you want to feel? And sometimes they know exactly what they want, and sometimes I have to help them kind of, with some questions. So I usually say, okay, when you walk into the house, what do you want to see? Do you want to see out through the back of the house? Do you want to see through into the backyard? Or do you want to feel a little bit more of a private feel, a little closed off entrance? And everybody has different answers to that question. My job isn't to tell them what they want. My job is to design a home that gives them what they want and the feel that they want, yet they just need some kind of counseling and guidance to get to that point.
Doug, I've been with you in those conversations many times with potential clients, right? Yep. And it is exactly like that. I will say that at the end of that first meeting, the thing that stands out to me is they feel heard.
Yeah.
And they sometimes didn't know, like you said, they didn't know what they wanted, but the questions you're able to ask by having done this so many times with people, you know the right questions to ask people.
Yeah.
And that turns out to be a great experience.
And I think sometimes that's just the experience. I mean, my dad was a builder. We grew up remodeling homes. We grew up asking that question. So really, since the time I was 10 years old, I've heard the answers to that questions. And quite frankly, especially the women part of the equation, they all want the same thing. I mean, it's lots of windows. I want the great room to be for my family, and they immediately start talking about their kitchen. So, and they want storage, lots of storage. So a lot of the same answers have been given year after year after year. So it's my job then to take what I already know they want and then put it together. And it starts right here from the entryway. So as we go in with this house, the answer to with this client was Mike and Michelle wanted to bring the outside backyard into their house through glass and windows. And you'll see that right when we go in the entrance, you're going to see that open up. So let's take a peek at what that looks like.
All right, come on in.
So you'll notice here, right when we come inside, Barb, we've got this center line, and there really is a line that follows right down through the vaults, right through the glass, through our patio outside, all the way to the center of our swimming pool.
To clear to the tree out there.
Clear to the tree.
Amazing.
Everything was it was lined out so that when we walk in, I mean, here we are in the entryway of the house. We haven't even really entered the living space, but we are feeling this house right from the very beginning, and that's really what I wanted to accomplish. I wanted that feeling, which you'll see throughout this house. I wanted to bring it right into the entryway so people don't even have to walk any farther before they're in love with this place. So
well, I'm
really
sure
cool.
the homeowners love this, and as the hundreds and hundreds of people that have come through the parade this last 2 weeks have said exactly the same thing. It is wow when they come in here.
Yeah.
So.
It's fun because I listen to comments as they come in. Yesterday I was around the corner and I didn't even see his face, but I heard the wow, and I'm like, that's okay, mission accomplished. That's what we're going for.
That's what you want.
So as we come into this space, I've noticed an evolution of design over the years. It used to be this space was the space,
right?
Where we've got the great room, what we call the great room, and the kitchen. In today's world, it's now going to a Pinterest picture. This beautiful wall here, you'll notice over here, we've got this, what traditionally is the family room where the family gathers, and you've got the fireplace and you got the TV. However, these spaces are becoming what I would say the Pinterest picture.
Right. Yeah.
People actually don't use this space a whole lot, which is so sad because it is beautiful. But the reality is they want this space to be just ready for guests. They've got, the surprise guest that shows up. It's always pretty, it's always clean. And the evolution now is designing the family space to be the second family, which I'm calling the flex room, because it's such a flexible space. And as we go to that space, you'll see that it's much more family oriented. This is a room where you could find yourself in a pair of pajamas with a thing of popcorn and really just kind of kicking back. And you're not worried about who comes to the front door and sees you in that state.
Right.
So that's this space. Again, the great room. Like I said, generally we have the kitchen. I would say 90% of the clientele that we're designing for. In fact, I'd even say 95. I always say, do you want an open concept?
Right.
And what that means is we're doing the great room and the kitchen all open. However, we are defining it. You'll notice here a ceiling drop change. Okay, so in creating spaces, we bring in features of the home to really define the spaces, but yet it's still open.
Doug, when you go into a house, the experience that you have as a real estate agent, especially going in and seeing house after house after house, the ones that have incredible design, whenever you are in a space, you get a hint of what's coming next.
Yes.
And you do that so exceptionally well. When we're here, we see back to the entrance and the amazing things here. You just have a hint that there's an office. You look this way and it's beautiful and it draws you into the next space, which is just such a skill.
Well, I tell you this, it wasn't a skill I developed. I heard. I listened to a lady once, she was a designer, and I remember she was critiquing one of my homes, and she said to me, Doug, look at this dead transition space. She said, it's just a blank wall back there. There's nothing, as you stand in this space, there's nothing that when people look into that space that is inviting. Yeah. And so you'll notice in here, this is a transition space for the guest suite, but you'll notice when you're out in the great room, you've got this really cool accent wall. We did some redid white oak, wood on it. We've got a nice picture, a nice light fixture. So it actually pulls people into this space where it now transitions.
And even this, right? Same thing. You see the next wallpaper into here that says, "Oh, I want to go explore this as well."
And powder baths are so fun. Powder baths are taking on a whole identity. You'll see in there the wallpaper's coming back. We can do some mood lighting and all kinds of things. I always have fun where I'm going to put the powder bath. It always has to be close to this area, but it tucked away for privacy.
Sure.
So as we move into the kitchen. This kitchen's a little different. A lot of times kitchens are done on symmetry, whether it's exactly balanced halves or an L shape. This kitchen is fun because it literally wraps around the corner to that flex room space, to the serving. This is where the parties are going to be. You'll notice the countertop wrapping around. This is where food is put out. We had a party the other night with 400 people. We had food all over the island. and we had the dessert trays wrapping around this space. Yes, we have our dining room, which traditionally, I mean, it was a dining room.
Right.
Now it's a dining space.
Right.
And again, the space is defined. We've defined it with our walls. We've definitely defined it with this ceiling treatment here that clearly says, okay, this is the space, but it's no longer one of those breakfast nooks.
Yeah.
This is where the family gathers, they feel comfortable, and it is kind of a nook feel, but yet a bigger space to accommodate a larger family.
And it can take you right to the outside space again, which is what
Right.
this homeowner wanted
Yes.
with that experience.
The biggest thing of homes these days are the outdoor patios. The outdoor space, again, that's why I did the glass in the front. We're bringing that outdoor patio into the house with all of the glass. I always like to have one door that swings open. This is I call it the barbecue door. So I got to unlock it here. But this is the door that the family, as they use the space, will go in and out and in and out, in and out all the time. So it's a single door without opening up the huge fun door. You want to see that?
Yes, show us the
Okay.
fun door. So Doug, also talk to us about when you create the outdoor space for the 4 seasons in Idaho.
Yeah.
What do you take into consideration when you create that space?
There's a lot. It's a great question. I always first I got to figure out where the sun is rising and sun is setting.
Right.
It's massive when you lay out a house. I need to know where the afternoon sun's going to be, whether we're east-facing backyard, which is always in the shade, or in this case we have a west-facing sun. So I have to take that in consideration, especially with the summer season here. It can be absolutely brutal. And so I do that, accomplish the outside area very comfortable in a couple ways. One is the depth of the patio.
Okay.
You'll know this patio, we are 32 feet deep on this patio.
Wow.
Now you don't feel it because we took the peak so high, so
Right.
we still have a lot of light and everything, but that sun has to go way over there before these glass walls ever have light. So somebody can be really comfortable inside the house.
Right.
I also have shades. I have shades on the inside and the outside for this. So in the event, if you're on the inside and the door's closed, we just have a shade that comes down. I'll just show you how that works real quick. It's super fun. These are little magnet catches.
Nice.
And you just push the little button. That should, if it works properly, that should just kind of come down. So in that afternoon sun, when it's 8 o'clock and the sun is way over there but kind of coming in here, just bring the shades down and that's it. They will never get more than about 6 feet off the ground because by that point, now the sun is setting.
And that
it's not
protects
intense.
for the sitting outside on the patio during those those summer nights too. That's going to keep you some shade back in here with the depth of that.
Yep, and I've got shade at this level and I've got shade at the outside of the
and
piers
sun on the
as well.
pool, which is awesome.
Yeah. You want to have a slider here or just want a wall of windows? This one in particular, the windows are from Pella. And it slides not only all the way here, where you would think it would normally stop, but we've recessed it right into the wall. So now you can imagine the party, okay?
Wow.
This is where we really start to bring this outside space right into their home. If you're hosting a party, which we did the other night, we had 20 or 30 people here, and we had 20 or 30 people here. We had 20 or 30 people in the kitchen area and around. And we had 20 or 30 people into the eating area and into the flex room over there. So really, this is part of the house.
One of the things that I love that you've done on your last several homes is to put artificial turf out here around the pool. So it's always perfectly manicured and stays green forever.
Yeah.
So I love that.
We also don't have pool or grass clippings in the pool that
right.
have to be filtered out.
Yeah.
So we brought that pool as part, again, we brought it right into their patio. It's part of the entertaining area. And man, there's so many people that are doing some really cool things with pools. We also have a hot tub here that we sink in the ground. So, and notice the hot tub. It's there for a reason. I want it off the master patio. So many people, the kids leave the houses and it's mom and dad. Well, that master is, the master doors here are right there to bring right into the hot tub area.
So well thought out. You know, Doug, that makes a huge difference. I can't tell you how many homes that I have been to over the years that you walk in and you wonder, Why did the builder not put a window out there that has the view? You do that so spectacularly when you have the lot and you listen to what the homeowner wants, then you really take a high level of accountability and responsibility to place it correctly on the lot, which makes a big difference. You don't even know what to ask for if you're not from Idaho and you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
The 4 seasons are fun. Now, you talked about the 4 seasons, and we're talking family gatherings, enjoying the outside space. Now we're going to show you the fun spot, which is the barbecue, and we'll go right into the flex room from there. Outdoor kitchens are the thing. Again, it's this whole outsides in idea. When it comes to the outside kitchen, again, the question is always to the client, okay, what do you want? Now, sometimes they don't know, so I have to prod them, and I'll say, okay, do you want a regular grill? And the answer is usually yes to that. Okay, let's put that in. I always have been bringing up smokers. I'll bring up pizza ovens, which is what this is.
Nice.
And then, of course, the new trend of the market is this guy right here, the Blackstone or the griddle, 36-inch griddle. This is actually becoming probably the hottest thing in the outdoor kitchen market right now, which is, I mean, it cooks everything. It cooks your hamburgers, the smash burgers, breakfast concoctions, hash brown. I mean, you can cook for 30, 40 people in a very, very quick period of time. Then I, of course, throw in the under-counter fridges and things like that. Always have a table in the area so that people can, they can cook. There's bar stools around, so they're gathering. It's not on right now, but I've got music and speakers through here. So imagine yourself, having a family event. The kids are in the pool, you're here cooking, all undercover. The conversation areas, I've got one over here, I've got one here, one around there. And then, of course, again, what I alluded to earlier, it rolls right into what we call the fun room or the Super Bowl room or the flex room is what we're really calling these spaces. Now, if I were to kind of connect you, we came off, and I'll let you just kind of videotape this. This is that connection, Thomas, to the kitchen. Just so that they can kind of get their bearings. For those who watch on the video, this is that kitchen that we were just in. The kitchen, the great room. As it wraps around this direction, we now come back into the kind of the corridor, and again, an inviting wall that Barb talked about earlier.
There's so many spaces in here. I know we need to go into this, but there's so many other little amazing little pieces to this back space here.
This is the fun zone.
Yeah.
Okay, we just came into the fun zone. We had the pretty zone, the Pinterest picture. Now we're at the fun zone. Yes, we have that beautiful wall that invites us into this space. Of course.
And the continuity of this reeded.
Reeded the wood. You saw it over there in stain grade. You see it over here in paint grade, but yet we did pull in the stain grade. From the fun zone area, this corridor, we go right into this wine cellar.
So impressive.
Oh, this is fun. This is a fun space. I'll just crack this door real quick, but it opens up. It takes a couple steps down. The lit marble granite, the wine cellar, holding the wines on the walls. Just a super fun space.
That lighted behind the granite is just spectacular.
Yeah.
Who comes up with all of these detail ideas?
The team. I mean, I like to take the credit and say I did it all. I didn't. I put the wine cellar here. I knew that there would be a wine room. I knew that they wanted it right here next to the dining area for those nights when they have wine for that.
Sure.
But I also know that it's going to be used a lot in kind of that fun flex room area. So right here in kind of the fulcrum of the house, I put that wine cellar. It does roll into kind of a butler's pantry where food prep can be, almost like a second kitchen nowadays. That's right here, tucked behind the kitchen. And then we roll right into the flex room. Now, this is, I call it a flex room. Now I'm calling it the Super Bowl room with my clients. This is where you can just imagine, okay, the party's here, dad's in his pajamas, kids are playing all over the place, mass chaos everywhere, noise, the big screen's on, the Super Bowl's on, and people are really just being themselves.
Right, but there's different spaces for people to do things. This is a feature that I'm seeing in a lot of homes now, this play area.
Again, well, off this area, so we always have our little game table. I want to make sure I throw in a little sink in, under counter fridge, so that they can serve this area. Not a full kitchen.
Sure.
People don't want a full kitchen. The kitchen is always the kitchen.
Yeah.
But give them the ability to have a sink and some under counter beverages stuff. And again, you're right. This feature here, this is becoming super popular. It's your indoor golf. Why go golfing on Sunday when you can step right off the Super
Right.
You can watch the Super Bowl, then you kind of come in here and pick your clubs up and swing away. With this green, the kids can bowl, they can throw cornhole, they can golf. I mean,
wow.
These things are really becoming into, quite the, gosh, what do you call it? The arcade fun zone here. So really fun space.
So great.
This room over here, this is kind of fun because this speaks to the client and the needs of the client. Typically, this would have been enough, where we've got the big sectional, we've got the TV and the game table and the kitchenette, and typically that's enough. It flows out. One thing I didn't show earlier, but we do have a bathroom here. Let me flip on a light. It's right over there by that door. Okay, we do have a bathroom here, and that bathroom serves not only this flex room, but it also has a door right there for the outside.
Yeah.
So, we call it a kind of the flex room pool bathroom. Again, when there's a swimming pool involved, I'm always asking, where are people going to the bathroom? Where are they coming in? Very, very quickly right to the bathroom. Okay, so this room is very special to the client. With their, when I asked, what do you want? They wanted a music room. He does the, what are they? The vinyl records.
Yeah.
And these speakers here are his personal speakers. His wife and him, I remember from the very first time we met, she didn't want to see him. He did. So it was always, and it's the same thing. I tell people all the time when I meet with them, I'm like, well, I'm a builder and I'm a marriage counselor both, because there's so many times the female side wants one thing and the male side wants another, and so we have to bring that together. This was his room. This was where he's going to come in, he's going to put his vinyl records on and really enjoy his music. And of course, it leads eventually to his space, which I call the man cave. And this is an ultimate man cave.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? We're coming right off the kind of his music room. And we won't take you through all of it today, but it's just your man cave barn. There's exercise out there. There's indoor pickle.
This is man cave to a whole new level.
Oh,
Doug.
yeah.
And you can't really say barn. Like, this is a whole...
You know what? I wasn't going to take you.
I don't even know.
But let's just take a peek, because it really is neat.
It is a great space. And for having like parties or that kind of thing, if you're out here at the pool, there's just so much more that this can be used for.
Yeah. Again, that gathering area. So now we get more of the sun area of the swimming pool. Okay, so over there I usually really try to bring the shade in and cover it. Again, playing with the four seasons. But truth be told, when people swim, what do they want? They want the sun. They want to get some sun tan and be out in the sun for the heat. So that's what this area accomplishes. At night, as the night comes in, we light the fireplace and just gather around this area. But again, the kids are still swimming.
So beautiful.
Having fun there. Now, over here, we can also come out of this area. This is again covered with the patio area. We're gonna actually go around and come through the other door there, but this will open up to an exercise room, which we'll see eventually as we come around. So as we come in the barn, it is more of a man cave here. So as we come into this space, we've got an upstairs area that's kind of a little storage area, enormous space here. We've got two 50-foot spaces for full-size RVs.
Wow.
The workbench.
Yep, this is a man cave for sure. Who wouldn't love all of this?
Yeah, if I lived here, I'd probably spend all my time out here, and knowing the homeowner, he'll be out here the whole time. Now this sport is taking over America, pickleball, and when he said, I want an indoor pickleball court, I've done pickleball courts before.
Yeah.
This is the first indoor one. Actually second, we did one last fall.
Yeah.
We did one last fall. So we did throw a basketball court, on one end of it so they could shoot some basketball. The rubberized surfaces are becoming
So
pretty
nice.
specialty.
And then you've got a roll-up door here, I guess, for just ventilation coming in from the...
You know, I did that just exactly that the day when you're playing
Yeah.
and it's a nice day outside, maybe 60, 70, 80 degrees, and you open that up and it really,
So
it
nice.
brings outside right into
Yeah.
to the game.
So nice.
So if you opened up both, you'd have a nice breeze through here and really cool this
sure.
off, although this is temperature controlled.
Yeah.
So, and then this goes into the to that room I was talking about, the exercise room. Comes right into here. Oh, this has been moved around.
Where are the windows and the lights over here? There we go.
Got some lights over here for you.
Oh, and this is sauna, yeah?
Yep, we've got a sauna coming in here, and then this opens right up again, right to that pool space. So if people are exercising, they can come right over here. This
We
opens
get a little
right up.
mini kitchen just to service what might be going on outside.
Yeah.
So every space is well appointed. It has a use and a purpose, which is great.
Well, I think that's what brings in the custom home part of the world, you know?
So Doug, when we started right at the beginning here, you had talked about being a remodeler. So tell me kind of the beginning of your story and how that remodel experience has really contributed to who you are as a builder.
I think most of all is just, one, my dad put me in a place to develop some confidence. He would oftentimes drop me off and just give me instructions and let me work. And so here I am, 12, 13, 14 years old.
That's what I was going to ask you, starting
He
with
literally
yeah.
would just leave me with the assignments. And so I began to become very comfortable with working on my own and being in control of my decisions. In fact, my very, very first project was when I was 12 years old. My dad put me in a basement, which was completely unfinished. So there was nothing but concrete walls. And he dropped off 200 2x4s. And he said, okay, I need you to build your room and your brother's room, make them the same size. Of course, I made mine bigger, but and then a third space to kind of hang out and play. So that was my very first project, and it was the idea that my dad trusted me, and it really wasn't. It was trust. He was teaching, and I didn't know it at the time, but he was saying, "Hey, figure this out. Figure out how to build." Now he gave me some generalities and some ideas, but I mean, I put these stud walls together and framed them with hammer and nails, and you know, I remember I was 12 years old. I made some hidden compartments in my closet, which my dad probably wasn't planning on that being part of the deal because I had some good hiding spots as I grew through the years. But that's how we started. Now, what did that do? It gave me the confidence that I could do it. Right. You know, and yes, I had the skills for it, but man, you start anything at an early age and then just do it repetitively over time, you know, you almost can't not get better at something. And then as I got into my older years, when I was 16, 17, then I was actually meeting with some of the clients. Not that my dad wasn't there and part of it, sure. but he was more guiding, and I actually started doing projects on my own for people. They would call me and I would go remodel their kitchen, remodel their bathroom, remodel this, and I did that through 16 all the way through college.
I've seen some of your remodels as you bought a property for your family and then you turn it into this magical space.
Well, it's almost a curse. It's almost a curse because I can't not remodel.
Yeah.
My wife, I mean, we've been married 30 years this year, and she has lived in dust for 30 years. You know, and I try to make it nice.
I know.
I try to make it like a little bit nice, but there's been some days where she's let me know that she's sick of that.
She's done with it.
She's done with it. Of course, we're remodeling. I met with the company this morning. We're remodeling our current house, so it's almost just honestly, I say a curse, but it's a passion. It's a passion.
It is a passion with you. I tell people recently, don't use the word entrepreneur. So many entrepreneurs fail. You're a creator. Yeah. You really are a creator. And that's a gift.
It's so fun. It's so fun to see a space in your mind. And now I've done it enough times that I know what can be done with that space. And
honestly, the experience that people have when they come and meet with you is really a joyful experience.
Yeah.
It's not painful, no matter how many things you are undecided about. You're so good at asking the questions to guide the people through that decision.
Yeah, and whether they build with us or not, I don't care.
I believe that too.
Let's sit down. Let's talk about your life. Let's talk about your dreams and your project. And sometimes it works out, and we're going to build to completion. Yep. And sometimes you'll never build, or sometimes they build with somebody else, and that's okay.
Just meet. Let's have the conversation.
Let's start the creative process going, And I honestly believe I want everybody to have success in their life.
So some people say that building a home is one of the most stressful things that a husband and wife can do together.
Yeah.
What's been your experience with that, and how do you protect the couple against those disasters?
First of all, the answer to what you said is true. Yes, it is probably the most stressful experience you'll have. You're dealing with the emotions of him and her and their marriage, and the biggest financial expense that they'll ever have in their life, which is their home. And so it is extremely stressful. I honestly believe this, and I really do believe this. If we build correctly, we should never see the ugly side of any client. They shouldn't have a reason to complain. Now, we've had some complaints.
Sure.
And it's because usually we drop the ball in some facet or another. So our job is not to pick apart our clients and say, oh my gosh, get them out of our lives. Our job is to look at our company and say, what systems can we put in place so that we never have to see that again? We want people to have a wonderful experience and love their home. We know that there's going to be some stress. I know that I'm going to have to do some marriage counseling and get him and her to speak correctly together. But I know also that at the end of the day, they can walk into their home, as we've had a lot of people do, and just love their house and love the experience and refer us to their friends.
Yeah. What's the best way to reach you when we want to build?
Our website is legacyh.com. Really schedule the consultation and let's figure out what we can build for you.
Great. It'll be a pleasure. I promise you won't regret it. So if you've had any thoughts about building a custom home, whether you have a lot identified or not, give me a call, Barb Dopp, agent with a smile. I can help you find the right lot to build this home and get you connected to these amazing builders. Give us a call.